Good morning, all my fellow perceptive, astute, and insightful patriots. You know, I was looking at CNN, you know, that organization that is known for its continuous nonsense news speak. And there were two stories on their website today that, well, it made me smile. Let's start out with the first one. Americans are wondering, will I get the vaccine or the virus first? Do you think they're trying to instill fear here? Let's go on with the story a little bit. It's a black hole. Sounds kind of racist to me. Nah, I'm just shitting you. You see, I grew up in an age before what they call hate speech. I grew up when, as a kid, we used to rag on each other. That's what we used to call it. Then it became known as playing the dozens. And if you didn't have a quick comeback for somebody who ragged on you back then, you could always say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Yeah, nah. We weren't so mollycoddled back then. On to the story. That's how one reader described the process of trying to sign her elderly parents up to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. In the past year, this virus has changed everyone's life. Death in an instant. Really? Death in an instant? Now, as I recall, even our president came down with the Wuhan flu, and CNN was saying how it must be worse than it is. He's in the hospital. Shouldn't Vice President Pence be taking over the reins right now? And then, wasn't it just the next day he was out and about waving to the crowd? He was in and out of the hospital in just, what was it, a weekend, if I remember correctly? I'm not saying the coof can't kill you. I'm just saying calling it death in an instant is kind of hyperbolic. Schools closed and parents look for ways to explain this new normal. Yes, schools closed in a wave of panic. That's what following the herd will get you. And this new normal, like I said, CNN is just known for newspeak. Industry shuddered at the direction of mostly Democratic governors. Savings dried up because industry shuddered thanks to those Democratic governors. And many families suddenly found themselves having to decide whether paying rent or buying food. Do I have to say it again? Well, enough of this story. You get my point. More importantly, you get theirs. Things were bad in 2020. Things are bad now. And on top of all the other things, there isn't enough vaccine to go around at this very instant, and people want to know why. Well, let's get on to this second story that I found on CNN. You'll see how they're intertwined once you see the headline. Western countries have hoarded COVID vaccines. Africa is being left behind as cases surge. Hard to believe that I found these two stories on CNN within minutes of each other. One was on the front page, one was under international news. So, where CNN at first cries for the poor people who can't get enough virus themselves, they're lambasting us in this next one because, like you, if you're listening to me right now, you're in a Western country, probably the United States, and, well, we've ordered all the coof vaccine for ourselves, leaving poor little Africa behind. I've said it before. The reason we're getting the vaccine first is we're willing to pay more for it. We don't have our begging bowls out asking for it for free. Isn't it only right that we take care of our own country first before we even think about helping another one? That's what President Trump's Make America Great Again was all about. He wasn't against helping foreign countries. He's just saying, let's make sure we take care of our good American citizens first. This story would have you believe that rather than take care of ourselves, we should be helping out those poor African countries first before we help ourselves. Hoarding, hell, you saw in the last story, there isn't enough vaccine to go around in the United States yet. Before we even think about shipping any vaccine over to Africa, we should make sure that every American who wants the vaccine gets the vaccine first. Just makes common sense, don't you think? Well, that's all I have now for today. So, for the continuous nonsense newspeak people, you and the horse you're riding on.